Hello folks, welcome back to another hobby vlog. I'm talking a little bit quietly at the minute because I'm filming this quite late, and this hobby vlog's starting off a bit differently to the way they usually do, as you can clearly see, because right now I'm playing a game of 40k. Playing some solo hammer, me versus myself. It's this current game is the Craftworld Eldar of Bekareth versus the Sisters of the Order of the Divine Hammer. And right now, sorry, the dangly bit just caught on one of the bits of scenery, in case that made a horrible noise on the mic. But anyway, right now, looks like the Sisters are winning it. All to play for still. I think I'm only in round 3. Yeah, they could just wait into round 3. It's still it's just gone over to the Sisters' turn, and yeah, they're doing quite well at the moment. Quite fun, this. It's more fun than I thought it would be, this solo hammer thing. I decided to do it as a bit of an experiment because some of my friends have been doing it, and we're probably not going to get any more games of 40k and with other people until like January in this country at the rate we're currently going. So I suppose I thought I might as well get used to it and maybe also try it out and see how feasible it is to film battle reports in this fashion, solo hammer battle reports, because Say Hi Paul over on his channel has been doing this, and it's been quite enjoyable to watch, honestly. So I thought, maybe I'll give it a go, see how I get on. As for how I'm getting on so far, all I gotta say right now is I need more practice, because good grief, I keep constantly getting stuff wrong. I get stuff wrong in battle reports normally, but extra so now, because I'm trying to remember the rules for 2 separate armies at the same time, and they're armies that I don't play with as often. So it's even harder through this entire game. I mean, the Sisters are currently sat on 4 command points. They started with 3, and the reason for that is I keep forgetting to spend CPs on stratagems for them because I can't remember what any of their stratagems are. I keep forgetting to use faith dice as well. I've got a bunch of those saved up and all. Yeah, it's difficult playing 2 armies at once, but it's also fun, and it's helping me learn these armies a bit better. It's helped me learn 9th edition a bit better because I've only played like 2 games of 9th. Up till now, and that was months ago anyway, so I'd sort of forgotten all of that as well anyway. So anyway, I'm having fun. It's going quite well. I still don't know who's going to win yet. The Eldar are currently ahead on points, but that's probably going to change pretty soon. I'm just playing that the mission from the core rules, Only War I think it's called, where you have the 3 objectives and slay the warlord, and that's it. Because the new match play 9th edition missions are super complicated. I'm not a huge fan of them, so I'm just sticking to this for now. But yeah, it's going okay. Things I like about solo hammer, I have to admit. One is where it allows me to learn armies that I wouldn't otherwise be playing very often, like the Sisters and the Eldar, for example. So that's quite nice. 2, there we go, that's the correct number of figures. The nice thing about it is that if I need a break or I need to go do something, I can just go do that. There's nobody, I don't have an opponent here waiting for me. So I can just bugger off. Like today, I stopped the game this afternoon because I had to go to the dentist's. And then I carried on when I came back. So that's nice. And also, I'm using the phone to film with right now, but if I wasn't, I'd have the phone on this tripod playing a podcast. So I can game while listening to a podcast, which is also really nice and also something I can't really do normally when I'm playing 40k. So yeah, I'm kind of enjoying this actually. Need more tea. I'm out of tea again. But yeah, wish the Eldar luck, folks. I think they're going to need it. Or don't, if you're an Imperium fan. It's up to you. But yeah, the Sisters are kicking ass at the moment. The Eldar had a very strong start. They came down this flank with a Wave Serpent full of Howling Banshees, and the Howling Banshees got outcharged and wiped out a whole squad of 10 Sisters, which was a great start. But in the following Sisters' turn, another squad came around the corner and gunned them all down and then charged in and killed the rest. And wiped out those Banshees, and suddenly with the Banshees wiped out, the Eldar don't really have much left. I've got 1 Ranger up on this balcony here. Him. I've got my Farseer currently dueling with the last member of a Seraphim squad that jetted down here and shot most of my Dire Avengers to pieces. I've only got 2 of them left right now. they're currently tagging this objective. It's difficult. I think the Eldar are only going to probably win this on points if they can use their mobility to their advantage. So, for example, that Wave Serpent over there has got a Warlock in it. And the Wave Serpent can hopefully jet over to somewhere else to try and pick up another objective somewhere. And try and stay out of line of sight of the Sisters. Don't really know how it's going to work, honestly. Yeah. You don't get a lot of Eldar in a combat patrol game. I'm playing 30 power level for either side, so it's roughly between 500 and 600 points. And you don't seem to get much bang for your buck with the Eldar at that points level, whereas the Sisters, with just 3 basic squads, some Seraphim, a Canoness and a Priest, are doing really well, so it's interesting. But anyway, I'll be back for you, I'll be back in just a few seconds. But yeah, I'm going to carry on with this, and then I'll be back with either more of this, or I'll be building or painting something, I'm sure.
Hey up everybody, I'm back at the desk. I'm in mid-hobby swing at the moment, so everything's very messy. And I've got to get the cutting mat out, so it's just my really, really poor old knackered Diablo mouse mat thing instead, and my very makeshift palette. The Sisters of Battle won that last game of Solar Hammer I played earlier in this video. In case you're curious, they won it, and so they have been awarded with new models. I've started working on painting some of the new Sisters. I got Seraphim over here that are partway completed. Most of the way, actually, at this point, really. And a little 5-sister squad with a cool Sister Superior model, and a melter gun, because you can never have too many melter guns in 9th edition, and especially in a Sisters army. So, yeah, working on some more Sisters. Very nice. I also built some Demonettes and a Herald of Slanesh. They're over here, because it's long past time I actually carried on making more demons for my word bearers. Because at the moment all I have is Khorne and Nurgle demons, so I really need to get on and do some Slanesh ones and some... what do you call them? Siege ones, that's the ones. I also primed the Immolator, that's what it's called. The Immolator has been primed, sort of. Some of the paint did rub off. Oops. But that's okay, I could patch that up with some paint from the pot. That's alright, no big deal. As you can see, I didn't strip it, I just went straight over the red primer that was on it already. I don't know whether or not that was a good idea, but it's done now. Looks fine to me anyway. As you can see, I've got a video rendering on this screen. A filthy screen, actually. I need to go over this again with another alcohol swab. This is the problem with doing hobby stuff at my computer desk. Whenever I'm doing some shade washing or something like that with some Nuln Oil, bits of it get splattered on all the monitors. And I have to go around with an alcohol swab and clean it up afterwards. It's a pain, but hey, never mind. So I got a Morrowind video encoding at the moment, and I'm watching... well, listening to mostly Winter's SEO Battle Report. It's Imperial Guard versus Tyranids at the moment, and that's my favourite. So, yeah, enjoying this one so far. It's pretty good. And, oh yeah, if I get bored of that, I'm also watching Captain Shack play some Empire at War. Really like that game, especially with mods. I think I might play it on the channel at some point. Stream it, let's play it, not sure which, but gosh, that game's really good. Well, the vanilla game Empire at War's kind of pants, actually, but there have been loads of really good mods on the Steam Workshop for it that totally transformed the game into being really super awesome now, so yeah, this is quite good. I've been playing a lot of it in my spare time. It's great. It's great stuff. Recommend it. Anyway, I'm going to get back to painting more Sisters. Yes, I am. More Sisters. Really, I should be painting more Eldar, because the Eldar got a bit of a trouncing in that game, as I suspected they would. They nearly managed to steal a draw out of it towards the end, but the dice gods were not very kind to them. I am learning in 9th edition that Sisters kick ass and Eldar are struggling a bit so far. I'm sure that will change when they get the new codex, but, you know, for the moment they are struggling a little bit. And Sisters are dead hard. They're really good. I've gone 3 for 3 with these Sisters now. They haven't lost a single game yet. Played 3 games with them in 9th edition, and they've won all of them, so... yeah, they're not too bad. So yeah, painting more of them. And that's all there is to say at the moment, really. So yeah, I'll be back with more stuff, maybe once I finish these. I'm hoping to get these done before I go to bed tonight, so wish me luck.
Guys, I have important news. Incredibly important news. More important than anything else in this hobby vlog. You ready for it? You ready for it? I have some squig dice. Yeah! I managed to find someone on eBay selling squig dice. I finally got some! Crazy little bouncy things that go in crazy directions. Rah! They're the best! Pick up loads of them and roll them at once. Look, they go everywhere. They're brilliant. That one's just bounced off the table completely. Look, they go everywhere. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I've got squig dice. Squig dice!
Right, I'm back. I've finished painting the sisters. Well, almost all of them. I've got like a small pile of 5 sisters over there, and the Death Cult Assassin still to do, and the Exorcist, which I'm too scared to touch at the moment. But the rest of it, I've finished painting, and I'm quite happy. And I thought I'd get them all out on the table and do a little mini showcase, because why not, right? Why not? So here they all are. This is the Order of the Divine Hammer. Everything I have painted for it so far. Decent size force, I think. I could probably run 1,000-point games with this at least, in a couple of different configurations. And I'm quite pleased with it. Obviously, plenty more still to come. More vehicles is one. Repentias, Arcoflagellants. I need at least 1 or 2 squads of Celestians, which are like the veteran sisters, among other things. Penitent Engines, that's another one. Yeah, plenty of stuff I still want. But I've made a decent start here on the core of the army, which is the Battle Sisters themselves, and I'm quite pleased. I'm quite pleased overall. I'll give you a little bit of a tour. Got lots of sister squads to begin with, like this one over here. And I've tried with all of these to do a little bit of kit bashing where I can with the plastic ones. And I've tried to do 2 important things. One is to make the simulacrum thing, the banner pods I carry, each unique for each squad, so no duplicate relics. They're all a bit unique. And the other thing I've tried to do is make every single Sister Superior, basically a sergeant in the army, unique as well. So this is one of them. Depth of perception is weird when looking through a camera. But there she is, plasma pistol and power sword, a fancy helmet and a gold bird thing stuck on her backpack and what have you. Very nice. The plastic sister kits are lovely because you can kit bash them in a whole bunch of different ways. The only downside to those kits is that the sprues for them are laid out really strangely, like all the different parts for them. So they take quite a while to build and figure out and puzzle out how you're going to do it. But once it's done, they look really nice. So that's one squad. There's another one with a really nice banner. This is the banner of Morgan's Reach, which some of you will remember from the Morgan's Reach campaign we did on the channel. That's where this Convent of Sisters is based. They're based on Morgan's Reach, so they carry a banner of Morgan's Reach, commemorating the battle with the Tyranids there, as you can see. It's based on the old Ultramarines, like 3rd Company banner, I think. It's the similar design with the Gene Stealer head and the sword and that. I thought it was quite good. Freehanded all of that, very painstakingly. Took a while, but I'm quite happy with it. Lovely stuff. I sometimes use this particular banner bearer as an Imagifier, which is the special banner pole character, just because it's a little bit extra, this banner. I think it works for an Imagifier. So this sister in particular sometimes does double duty as that. But anyway, other stuff in here. Some of these sisters are from the sister sort of starter box thing they did, limited edition jobby, like this flame out sister here, with the dead heretic on the base there, where it's sort of all crispy fried from the flamer. I thought I did a really good job with that personally, actually, with the sort of burning, glittering embers on him and that still. Yeah, quite nice. And there's the Sister Superior I've shown you before, I think, the one with the chainsword pointing. Quite like her with the Age of Sigmar head. Yep. Great stuff. Then we got the 3rd squad over here. Again, unique banner pole thing. And unique, what's she called? Sister Superior. Yeah, it's one of the old metal ones, actually. One of my favourite sculpts, this one with her pointing a sword in the air. Similar to the pose from that old Space Marine captain. There you go. Very nice, very nice. Behind them, another squad, including the Sister Superior from the starter kit thing, with a different head, because I felt like giving her a different head to make her a bit different. Another banner pole thing, another old metal one in this case. Slightly smaller than the rest, but still unique. That's the important thing. Fourth squad, I guess this is. No, fifth squad, actually. Again, unique relic banner pole thing with a bunch of shieldy things stuck on it. People have asked me in the past where I got those from, actually. They're from Anvil Industries. They sell a bunch of... they have their own little line of alternative third-party sort of Sisters of Battle style models. And those shields are actually part of that line. That's where I got them from. Check them out. They do some good stuff. Useful little conversion bits for Sisters if you want to make them look a bit more unique. Like this lady's helmet here with the fleur-de-lis on the front. That's from Anvil as well. So, but yeah, there you go. And again, another unique Sister Superior. This time holding out a holy icon, and she's got a combi melter. Very nice, very nice. Got a Retributive Squad over here. The first of a few, I hope. These are the ones, some of the ones that are relatively new that arrived in the post recently that I mentioned earlier in this video, I think, or possibly in the last one. A couple of heavy flamers in this squad, a multi-melter and a heavy bolter, plus the Sister Superior, who's got a combi flamer. Bit of a close range Retribute squad, this one. I can see them loaded up in the immolator over here and jumping out to flame and toast the enemy at close range, which is what the Sisters like to do in general, really. Speaking of the immolator, there it is. In all its glory. Now I finally finished painting it. I'm quite happy with it. I think it looks quite good. It's a bit bare bones as Sisters vehicles go. Could do with a few more purity seals and bits of parchment stuck to it, but I'm thinking I might just add those later after it's seen a few battles, won a few glories. The heavy bolter conversion thing turned out quite well in the end, I thought. I think that looks pretty good to me. I'm liking that. Looks fairly natural. Doesn't look too orky and bodged together. I think it fits. So that's good. Still don't know how I'm going to figure out a way of sticking a heavy bolter on the old Exorcist, but this one was pretty straightforward. And I think I want at least another immolator, maybe the one with the melter configuration, and then a bunch of rhinos for transport as well. So very nice, very nice. Seraphim at the back here, the jump jet ladies with the twin pistols, very cool. These are the ones from the limited edition box they did. The Sister Superior, the plasma pistol and power sword. She's pretty badass in my book because she went toe-to-toe in a duel with my Eldar Farseer. She dueled Farseer Elian in that solo hammer game I did earlier for 2 whole frickin' turns before she got smited. In fact, first go around, the Farseer tried to smite her and she denied it with the innate deny the witch thing that Sisters get. So yeah, kind of a badass, that Sister Superior. I'm liking her. She's already had a moment of glory in her first ever outing, so that's nice. We've got another small 5 Sister squad, basically just to add a few bodies to the army I can swap in and out when necessary. And once again, another unique Sister Superior, this time with a chainsword with the hazard stripes on it and a plasma pistol. And a second squad of Seraphim, because I was so pleased with the first squad of Seraphim, I was like, I've got to make some more then. So I ordered some more off eBay, some old metal ones. Because the only downside with these is they have these goddamn flying stands that I hate. I've said many times before that I hate them, but I do. So I got some metal ones for the second round. One of which has got a pair of flamer pistols, which is very nice. So there you go. There's some old metal Seraphim. They've come out relatively well, I think. Lovely, lovely. And last but not least, characters. So we've got the priest, who I've shown you before. He's looking good with his hammers. Here is Sister Tariana. I did indeed turn her into a canoness, and I have painted her now. And I think she's looking pretty swish. Plenty of bling, nice big gold hammer. I'd like to think that's like a holy relic of the order, that one, actually, that hammer, being the Order of the Divine Hammer. And she's the one that's been elected to wield it, because unlike this old canoness here, she's a lot younger, she's more skilled in combat, so she's been given the distinct honour of wielding the hammer. So she's the very fighty close combat canoness, as opposed to this canoness here. She's the leader of the convent. She's a bit older. Her zealotry and fanaticism has been tempered by experience a bit, I think. And she is the backfield buffing canoness. She sort of stands up on the hill and augments her forces by giving out orders and directing the flow of battle. So she'll be the warlord. This one typically will be the one up front.
bashing heretics in the face. Very nice. Hospitala's done as well. Quite happy with her. Very nice. She's got a book, she's got a holy icon, you've got this injecty syringe thing, you've got the wounded sister on the base. She's bleeding quite profusely, as you can see. She might not be long for this world, we'll see. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I do like the little diorama base on this one. It's quite nice. Quite nice indeed. Yeah, the hospital is great. I love this model. I'm going to I have to admit, I'm going to want to include her in like every game I do with the sisters from now on, just because I think this model's really cool. So yeah, there's other ones I need to do still as well, like the Dialogus. That's another cool looking one of the new character models. And then there's the Palatine that's going to come out at some point as well eventually. But yeah, here we go. Last but not least as well, not really part of the order. In fact, technically, she's not part of the order either. She's from a different order, a Hospitaller, but I've painted her in the colours of the Divine Hammer, as I think I explained before, for basically the purposes of friend-foe identification on the battlefield, so she doesn't get accidentally shot by someone because she's wearing a different colour scheme. So yeah, that's why she's donned the colours of the Divine Hammer, even though technically she's from a different order. So, and yeah, here we have an Inquisitor of the Order Hereticus. Back in the day, the sisters were primarily witch hunters. They were part of Codex Witch Hunters, so I felt I needed to include an Inquisitor in this army, and so I have. They went on a made-to-order thing a while ago, earlier this year, for the really old-school Metal Inquisitors, and I picked this one up while they were on there. And she's got her sort of, I can't remember what it's called, but it's the weird crossbow pistol that I think is good against Psychers. And she's got a power swordy thing and a very stern look on her face. And yeah, quite like this old model. Quite like her. She's pretty good. So she'll be frequently working with this particular order of sisters as well. And once again, yeah, she's wearing the purple for the purposes of friend-foe identification. Although, of course, Inquisitors get recruited from a variety of different backgrounds. It's entirely possible that she was actually once a member of the order of the Divine Hammer. She could have been a battle sister herself once upon a time before she joined the Inquisition itself. So maybe that's the case. But regardless, she's wearing the same colours as well. And yeah, there you go. That's everything I've got for them so far. More to come. However, I've got enough now that I'm pretty happy with them for the minute. Like, I can play a few 1,000-point games with these now at least, I think. So I'm kind of going to put a pin in these for a bit. I might do the Death Cult Assassins, actually, though. I've made a bit of a start on them already. But aside from those, going to put the pause button on these for a little while and work on some other projects. Because I really like these, but I feel the need now to do something a bit different because I've painted a lot of sisters over the last couple of weeks now, and I'd like to change it up a bit. So, there you go. That's the Order of the Divine Hammer. I hope you'll see them on the channel in a battle report relatively soon. We'll see, won't we? But yes, I'm very pleased with them. It's rare I build an army from the ground up and paint it from the ground up as well. Quite often I tend to buy things secondhand off friends or on eBay and add bits to it. My Eldar's a good example of that. But these ones I've done entirely by my own efforts. And I'm jolly happy with them. You know, I actually posted some photos of these on Twitter and they got retweeted by the official Warhammer community Twitter account, which made my day when it happened. So you might have seen these on Twitter before, I don't know, if you follow Warhammer community. But yeah, love them to bits. I'll make some more at some point, but like I said, just going to pause for a moment with these and come back to them another time. Well, hey folks, it's an Army Showcase bonus round. I had these out. I had to take a photo of a couple of models for a friend of mine who wanted to see the scale on some models for a conversion. And while I was at it, I decided, well, you know what? I'll get the rest of the Age of Sigmar stuff out and I'll chuck it in the latest hobby vlog as a bonus thing. So here it is. My Age of Sigmar army. Some Stormcast and some, what do you call them? Free Guild or something? These days I don't know what they're called, but they're the old Empire guys. It's a little mixed force. I have no idea if they're actually legal to play, honestly. They're I just kind of made what models I had and I thought were cool. I could probably field them as like a mixed order force, I think, or something. I don't really know. I'm not big up on the rules
in Age of Sigmar. I've never actually played it myself. I've been meaning to one day, but I mostly made these models just because I thought it'd be a fun little project. But here you go. The idea behind these was it was a Cities of Sigmar army, so they're all from the same city kingdom somewhere in the mortal realms, and it's a mixed force of your Stormcast Eternals, Sigmar's mighty, totally not Space Marines. These guys fill in the role of the heavily armoured knights of the army, and then I have to have lots and lots of foot-slogging ordinary humans as well, like these great sword guys with their banner, and these musketeer guys. I don't remember what they're actually called, but the guys with the muskets here as well with their little flag too. But yeah, they're all from the same sort of city, and I converted a lot of the Stormcast to give them a slightly more medieval looking appearance with lots of old heads from old kits, so they look a bit more like knights, you know what I mean, like a lot of helmets and plumage and what have you. And yeah, I quite like them. There's some of the big, I think these are called Retributors, like the Sisters of Battle unit, which isn't confusing at all in the slightest. These guys with the big hammers. But yeah, quite pleased with this lot. One day on the channel, you might see me do a battle in the Mortal Realms, and if I do, it'll probably be with this lot, because I know that Dan has got a Lizardman army, and so at some point, maybe if I can be bothered to paint some more Age of Sigmar stuff and actually get it sort of table legal, we might take a trip to the Mortal Realms and see this lot fight some lizards. We'll see, but yeah, I'm quite proud of this lot actually. They're quite good. I like this guy on the big Dracoth, I think it's called. It's like a dragon, but it doesn't have wings. With a big beard and the big hat with a big feather in it. I think he looks rather majestic. And this guy with the skeleton on a stick, who looks an awful lot like the new Space Marine guy with a skeleton on a stick. Yeah, he's pretty much straight out of the box, but with a head swap. Yeah, I like these guys. They're cool. They're very nice. Even like the little humans as well, I'm quite pleased with them too. Did a little conversion on the leader guy here, so he's holding that helmet in one hand and pointing with the other. Yeah, they're great. I love all the crazy feathers and late medieval kind of aesthetic that they have going on. It's fun stuff. I do in theory quite like Age of Sigmar. I think it's a really cool setting, especially for a tabletop wargame where you want to be able to create your own narrative. In some ways, and I know this is heresy to some people, but I feel like in some ways the Mortal Realms works better as a wargaming setting than the Old World did, because the Old World was extremely mapped out and very detailed, and there wasn't a lot of room for you to kind of make up your own stuff in the same way that you can in 40k. Because in 40k, the galaxy's so damn big, you can just be like, right, here's this planet I made up in the made-up sector that doesn't exist in the official lore, but it's there anyway because the galaxy's big enough to hold that. Whereas the Old World wasn't like that in fantasy. But the Mortal Realms are. They're way bigger. They've got a whole multiverse planescape thing going on. So, yeah, I like that aspect of it a lot. Even though a lot of people don't, and I completely understand. If you were a big fantasy player back in the day, and this hasn't really replaced it for you, totally get it. On the bright side, I think they're bringing it back with Forge World at some point, GW, so we can have both. Won't that be nice? We can have the Old World and the Mortal Realms. That'll be good. So yeah, but anyway, there you go. It's my Age of Sigmar dudes. Little bonus round there for you. So that's going to be it for this hobby vlog, I think. I apologise for the slowness with which these videos are made, honestly, but there's not much I can do about it really, because it takes me a while to actually build and make the stuff that appears in these videos, and I'm juggling my time between this and making my regular videos on YouTube and doing my streams as well, and occasionally writing a bit of narrative for the narrative videos you guys seem to really like, which also takes a long time. So I don't know when the next one will be out, but it might take a little while. But I hope you enjoy it regardless. Yeah, I'm going to sign off now. I'm going to go get this thing edited and uploaded, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And I'll see you for the next hobby vlog. And I have a little teaser for you, actually. Have a little teaser just at the end here. What's going to be in the next hobby vlog? Well, it's probably going to have something to do with this guy. Yeah. Toodaloo, folks.